So I grabbed my camera one day, I put my phone on a small tripod, and I went for a walk. And well, I failed. Well, I had this idea for a series of videos on street photography, but I want to document my own learning path, POV style. You know, those walk-around videos where you get to see the photographer's perspective. It's an interesting take, so why don't we give it a go, right? So I grabbed my camera one day, I put my phone on a small tripod, and I went for a walk. And I failed. For start, the video footage was so bad that rather than a city walk, it looked more like a drunk boat ride. On top of that, I actually failed because even though I went for a photo walk, I returned home with no photos. I got 0 photos. None, nada, nothing. Huevo, no. So I gave it a long thought and I wanted to try to find this root cause for what am I failing, and it turns out I found 2 issues that I want to cover with you. Let's find out. Issue number 1, not focusing on photography. You see, let's go back to the photo walk day. That day I was more concerned with trying to capture the video rather than taking photos. In fact, I was so focused on trying to keep the phone steady while at the same time trying to hide it so I wouldn't get called out, like I was doing something wrong, that I completely forgot about observing, about trying to actually take photos. Now, problem is, even when I get to focus on photography, I still don't bring home that many photos. So that brings me to issue number 2. Let's get it out. Issue number 2, something I like to call the no factor or no syndrome. Well, I don't really have a name for it, but it goes like this. Whenever I'm out just taking photos, I'll see something that gets my attention and that makes me think, well, that's a good picture, right? The problem is, whenever I get to try and take the photo, something happens that just makes me stop, and I'll tell myself, no, that's not a picture, and I'll just walk away. And you may argue that's not actually a bad thing, right? I mean, you're trying to find compositions, you're trying to, you know, put some intention into your photography. And that's right, but not so fast, amigo. Because here's the deal. I don't think I'm that good yet. let me explain. One thing is to know exposure and composition and all that, but applying it's a whole other game. At my current level, I think I should be taking those photos. I'm supposed to be actually taking photos, good ones, bad ones, doesn't really matter. Just try to take photos, right? Right? So let's try to wrap it up and find a solution for this. Should be wearing the mask. Don't go out with the mask, but it's not for the video, right? Look at that staircase. That's just beautiful. I should go there. Anyway. Okay, so here's the deal. We found a couple of issues, now we gotta find some solutions, right? Well, first of all, if you made it this far, thank you. Please consider liking and subscribing, maybe even sharing the video so we can, you know, spread the love. Let's get back to the video. Now, I got an assignment for you. I want you to find a couple of issues, a couple of pitfalls that have been keeping you from, you know, growing on your craft. Whatever it is, just trying to find some root cause, and I want you to note it down, because here's what you're gonna do. Next time you go and try to make it a craft, you're gonna be actively thinking of those issues, because chances are, if you're actively thinking of something, you're gonna try to avoid it, and you're gonna find a solution. Now, here's my plan, for instance. Next time I go out, I'm gonna try and be focusing on photography, but I don't mean I'm gonna be always walking around with the camera on, trying to capture everything. No, what I mean is, well, maybe I should try and pay more attention to my surroundings, maybe be more conscious of trying to find some compositions, because when that moment happens, I want to be ready and I want to try it, just capture it, just take the photo, right? It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, it's a banger, hopefully, it's a mediocre, it's a throwaway, doesn't really matter. What matters is training. Just take the photo. Yeah, that's where I'll leave you. Hope you like this one. Please consider liking, subscribing, you know, spread the love. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. This is a walkway path. Okay, now let's wear the mask again.